Let's learn to clean and wrangle data to perform data manipulation and analysis using Pandas. Let's import Pandas. Import OS and move to Documents. Here we have a file furniture.csv. Let's import the furniture dataset. This is it. Now these are its columns. Since this is a list, we can slice it. The data types of the columns, the type of this particular column, this is the shape of the dataset, the number of rows and columns, the first 3 records, the last 2, the unique categories, and the number of unique categories. This is a data frame. We can set indices to the names 3rd, 2nd, 4th, and such. Now we can index it by the column company. This is a series. And this is a data frame. We can also do it for 2 columns at once. We can slice a data frame and get the rows with the 2nd and 5th indices, or the row at position 4. We can also get more than 1 column. This changes the data type of the cost column to float. We can index it by company and reset this. We can sort the values and rename columns. We can drop a column and create a new column gross to evaluate the gross amount by adding 10% of the cost to the cost. The describe function gets us values for the count, mean, standard deviation, and many other things for the dataset. And this group by function groups the data on the category. And this one also gets us the count, min, max, and mean for this. This filters out the record for the index 2, or we can do it this way. We have no null values in this dataset, not even 1. Let's rank each variable according to its value. Like in the product column, bed gets 1 and wall art gets 5 because of the ASCII values of B and W. We can concatenate the DF and furniture datasets as many times as we want. This is a series and so is this. And this is a panel. Let's try some problems on these. The nth rows. Write a function that reads the CSV dataset and takes every nth record from it to create a data frame. Let's get to the documents directory. This is where we have the injuries.csv file. Now df1 is the object on the file injuries.csv. This chunk size parameter reads n rows into this object at a time to fit into the local memory. df2 is a data frame to which we append records using integer location-based indexing. This way we only append every nth record to the data frame. df of 40 reads every 40th row from this injuries dataset. Swapping rows. Write a function that reads a CSV file to create a data frame, then swaps 2 rows. Row 1 and row 2 are shallow copies of the records and indices A and B. We use them to replace these rows in the original data frame. So when we swap the rows at indices 2 and 3, we swap these 2 rows. You can see the swapped time periods. Equal columns. Write a function that from a data frame returns the indices of the rows where the difference of the columns data value and lower CI is less than 1. df is this data frame. We use the where function from NumPy to get the indices of all the records where the difference between the values of data value and lower CI is less than 1. So it gives us all the indices that satisfy. Renaming columns. Write a function that renames a certain column in a data frame. We use the rename method for data frames to change the name of the column cause to reason in the df data frame. This does not alter the column name in the actual CSV file. Then we return an index holding the names of all the columns in this data frame.